Good evening, and welcome to the 2020-21 Grant High School Back to School Night. I'm James McGee, your principal. Over the course of the evening, you'll have the opportunity to visit your students' classrooms and meet their teachers. You'll also be introduced to our administrative team, school counselors, athletic director, and others. It was about 4 years ago when I sat in this auditorium preparing to meet my own son's teachers at Back to School Night. Well, this year is obviously different. I stand in front of you in an empty auditorium. But what hasn't changed is our commitment to your students' academic success while supporting them socially and emotionally. If you need anything from us, please feel free to outreach to us. We're ready to serve you. As our Royal Blues sang so beautifully earlier, we're all in this together. So now I'd like my administrative team to introduce themselves.
Good evening. My name is Scott Roosevelt, and I'm the Vice Principal of Curriculum and Instruction. Tonight I'm coming to you from our Career Center, which seemed fitting given that my role is to ensure that students are college and career ready by the time they graduate Grant High School. I directly work on the master schedule, student schedules, our Bell schedule. I directly supervise the math and social studies department. I'm the AVID site coordinator, and I work very closely with our Learning Center teachers and students. If you ever have any questions about your student schedule, please don't hesitate to reach out and ask. Again, my name's Scott Roosevelt, and I wish you a wonderful school year during this upcoming year. Have a great night.
Hi, good evening. My name is Robin Griffiths, and I'm a vice principal here at Grant High School. I come by way of Benson High School, where I was the former dean of students. I'm super excited, though, to be back here at Grant, as not only have I lived in the neighborhood for well over a decade, but my own daughter Hannah attended and graduated from Grant a few years back. Some of the programs and departments that I oversee are art, CTE, English, school climate team, student teachers, student intervention team, and discipline for students whose last names begin M through Z. I'm really looking forward to coming back in and meeting you all in person. However, in the meantime, if you wish to reach out to me, I'll make myself available to you at my earliest possible convenience. Thank you and have a great night.
Good evening. My name is Joe Matasic, and I am entering my third year as vice principal at Grant High School. You can come to me with questions about standardized testing, our equity team, student discipline for last names letters A through L, as well as any technology issues that your student might be having during distance learning. I've been hosting a link on our school website every morning to try to help students get to their classes or troubleshoot any issues they've been having. The departments that I supervise include performing arts, science, world languages, the intensive skills classrooms, as well as our library. I look forward to working with you and our students in the year ahead.
Hi, my name is Chris Lockeruba. I'm Grant's new athletic director. I am very excited to work with a group of such tremendous coaches that are not only looking after our student athletes' athletic needs, but also their social and emotional. I'll be hosting a breakout session later on this evening. Please join me if you have any questions. Thank you so much.
Hello everyone, my name is MJ Sassy, and I'm the Student Body President here at Grant this year.
And I'm Riley Gardner-Duncan, and I'm the Student Body Vice President this year.
We stand here today, 6 feet apart of course, to welcome you all to what is certainly the most unprecedented year at Grant High School yet.
As the physical distance between us widens, we know that the unique sense of community we've built here at Grant will work to fill those gaps.
Grant students, community members, and faculty members have worked hard over the years to ensure that Grant is an inclusive and welcoming space.
We know that at school, everyone deserves to feel accepted and heard. However, we are by no means perfect.
which is why we want to start off the year by setting clear intentions to address the areas that we do still have for growth. We want to make sure that equity and inclusion are at the forefront of everything that we do this year.
Let's start the year off right.
We know that with your help, we can achieve all of this and more. And of course,
Go Generals!
Hi, my name is Katrina Kniezer, and this will be my 4th year at Grant High School as your school social worker. I'm here to support all students looking to talk to someone about peer relations, stress, anxiety, and any kind of mental health struggle that may come up. The school counselors and I are here to help.
Hey everyone, welcome to Grant High School Back to School Night. I'm Amy Gervais, one of 7 school counselors here at Grant this year, and this is my 2nd year at Grant and my 6th with the district. Super excited to be working with Grant High School students this year, and I just want to make myself as accessible as possible for students and families. And I have the privilege of introducing our newest team member, Oscar.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. I'm really happy to be here. This is a great opportunity to work with these fabulous counselors you guys have had. I'm going to hear 0.5, but definitely here whenever you guys need me. I've met some of you already via email, but looking forward to meeting you in person.
Hi everyone, I'm Amanda Jordan. It's my 8th year at Grant, and I look forward to working with you all and supporting you through this strange time and through virtual learning. Megan?
Thanks, Amanda. I'm also really happy to be at Grant again. I have been at Grant for a really long time. Fun fact, I graduated from Grant. So I'm really happy that we have that beautiful remodel and the halls look slightly different than when I attended many years ago. I'm really looking forward to meeting with students more one-on-one rather than through email. So as the year goes along, that is what I'm looking forward to most, and hopefully in person someday soon. So again, my name is Megan Schlicker, and I'm going to pass to Edith.
Hi everyone, I'm Edith Huitron. This is my 2nd year at Grant. I'm excited to work with all grade levels. Last year, I only worked with 9th graders, so I look forward to working with all of you and connecting with the community real soon. And I pass it over to Tracy.
Thanks, Edith. I am Tracy Morrison. I'm really grateful to be working at Grant this year as well. I really miss my office and the big, beautiful windows and the wonderful building that they built for us. So I'm excited to find out when we get to go back and do that. But I look forward to this year and learn about virtual learning with all the rest of you. And welcome past to Zach.
Thanks, Tracy. I'm Zach Cash. This is my 3rd year at Grant. And while we're not at school, I'm still happy to be a part of the community and help all of you acclimate to a virtual learning environment. As we start the year, I think it's important that the counseling department shares with you our mission statement and where we're coming from when we work with all students. The mission of the Grant High School counseling team is to empower students to recognize their full potential within themselves and their community, while addressing inequities and removing barriers which obstruct growth. Through implementation of a comprehensive guidance program in the areas of academic, social, emotional, and career development, we promote equity and access for all students. We collaborate with our school and community partners as we advocate for student needs and promote positive systemic change. Thank you, everybody. Welcome to Back to School Night for 2020-2021 school year, and we look forward to meeting you all.
Good evening and welcome to Back to School Night. My name is Justin Tompkins, also known as JT. This is my 3rd year at Grant High School. The past 2 years, I worked in the special education department as a paraeducator, and this year, my new role is your student engagement coach. This role entails working closely with our admin team, counselors, and teachers in order to support and help improve the number of students who attend school regularly. It is also my role to advocate for these students, whether they have social, emotional, and/or academic needs, and to be the bridge between our school and our families that we serve. My virtual door is always open, whether it's school or non-school related. I'm always going to be here for you. I'm also a Grant High School alumni. And although they look a little different, it wasn't that long ago that I was walking some of these same hallways. And now my son is a freshman here. Since I was a kid, Grant has always been my home. Once a general, always a general.
Hey Grant students and families, this is Miss Kokas here from the Career Center, and I am so looking forward to seeing you tonight. I hope you'll stop into our breakout session after you talk with your teachers, and we can talk about finding volunteer opportunities, perhaps for you freshmen, or maybe sophomores and juniors are looking for paying jobs. Maybe you need help building a resume. And seniors, you might need help with putting together your plan for life after high school. We can talk about all of that and more, including how you can still explore careers virtually, of course. So stop by and let's chat it up. Thanks, bye.
Hi, this is Scott Bailey with the Portland Public Schools School Board, welcoming you to Back to School Night at Grant High School. As a graduate of Grant and the father of 2 graduates from Grant, it's always special to be back on campus, even though none of us are. This is all virtual. In these extraordinary times, I hope you and your family are staying safe and healthy. I want to briefly mention an important matter that's coming up on the November ballot, and that's the renewal of the PPS construction bond. You know, we have over 80 school buildings in our district, and I think you know most of them are pretty old and in pretty funky condition. That's why we started the bond renewal program in 2012. In the first 2 bonds, we've rebuilt a number of schools, including Grant. Right now, Madison and Kellogg are under construction and should be done in a year. And we broke ground on Lincoln this past winter. We've also made important repairs to buildings like new roofs, improving accessibility by adding elevators, taking care of key health and safety issues like lead in the water. The 2020 bond will continue to take care of some of these key health and safety issues, also expanding accessibility in our school buildings, and we'll institute repairs for our pretty outdated heating and ventilation systems as well. A new feature of this bond will be purchasing curriculum materials. Within 5 years, all of our curriculum should be completely up to date. And that is something that hasn't happened since well before my kids started school back in 1994. In addition, we'll continue rebuilding schools, rebuilding Benson, adding a new building for multiple pathways to graduation. And what I'm really excited about, we'll also fund the creation of a Center for Black Student Excellence, which includes rebuilding Jefferson High School and focused investments in neighborhood schools in North and Northeast Portland. Overall investment in that Jefferson cluster of over $360 million. And we'll do all this while maintaining our current tax rate. I hope you'll join me in voting yes in November on Measure 26215. Thank you again for your support of our students and our schools. And now back to our regular program.
Greetings, my name is Scott Roosevelt and I'm the Vice Principal of Curriculum and Instruction. The purpose of this short video is to share with you an explanation of the schedule we released shortly before the start of the school year. We recognize that schedule was a big ask to shift right at the last moment, but we made this shift for a few very intentional reasons. To start off, I want to explain a couple things. On this schedule, anything in dark blue is what we call a synchronous class, or in other words, a live class. Anything in gray is an asynchronous class, or a better way to think about that would be on demand. Okay? We'll get to the Wednesday colors towards the end. So we made this shift for a couple of reasons. The first reason is that we believe this schedule provides more regularity and routine for students, something that we believe is very important in structuring the day of learning for every kid. Secondly, this schedule allows students to see their teachers every day, granted for a slightly shorter amount of time, but every day they have their 4 classes, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. This regularity and routine will help foster relationships in the classroom, will help teachers support students who are struggling, and provide students the opportunity to ask questions if they find themselves struggling. In the schedule we previously released, students only saw their classes in a live format twice a week for 70 minutes. Our concern there was that if a student missed class on Monday and didn't make it back to class until Thursday, they had actually gone a whole calendar week without a live class. So that was concerning to us, and something we thought in this schedule we can prevent and avoid, as this schedule allows 4 contact points throughout the week at a minimum for students to get help and learn from their teachers. That's the main reason. The other one, like I mentioned, was that this opportunity to build and foster relationships is critical in the academic learning process. And we believe that only 2 live class meetings was really going to limit that opportunity for that relationship and trust building that occurs between students and their teachers. The afternoon portion of the day is a blocked asynchronous or on-demand time for learning. This time period is set aside for students to work with a flexibility and an understanding that their lives in the middle of a global pandemic have been truly turned upside down. On-demand learning is an opportunity for students to continue practicing what they learned in class earlier that day, or even learn new information that teachers are providing during those periods in the afternoon. Teachers are available for students for the first 45 minutes of the start of asynchronous learning. So in this case, the first 45 minutes of period 1 and period 2, and the last 45 minutes of period 3 and period 4. This provides our teachers with an hour-long block of time to all have a common planning period together to collaborate, think through how they're going to design their lessons for the next day, and really be ready to start their day and support students the day following. What I want to share is this. Popping into classrooms so far this year, we have seen amazing attendance. And when we say popping into classrooms, we are literally dropping into these live classes here in the morning. Our attendance has been great, and we are so proud of our students for rising to the occasion in what is truly an unprecedented start to the school year. We also want to encourage you as parents and families to encourage your students to check in and make sure they are working on activities during the asynchronous periods of time. So again, even though teachers may be available only that first 45 minutes, it doesn't mean that students necessarily need to stop learning between that first 45 minutes when teachers are available and the last 45 minutes when teachers are available. But we set this time aside because we know we have students that are taking care of siblings, that are working jobs to support their families, right? Or there's other realities that they're facing that are new as a result of the global pandemic. So again, we know this was a challenge. We know this was a struggle. We know this was a last-minute ask. But in the end, we feel that this schedule provides the greatest support for our students, provides our students with the greatest access to their teachers, and we appreciate your understanding and flexibility. Again, my name is Scott Roosevelt, Vice Principal here at Grant High School. If you ever have any questions about your student schedule or the schedule we released to the community and I presented tonight, please let me know. Have a wonderful evening.
It's now time for the most important part of tonight's event, getting to visit your students' virtual classrooms. Last night, your students' teachers should have emailed you a link to get into those meetings. If you're like me and you get a lot of email, or you don't think you got them, on the launch page, there is a section where you can look up those codes. You click on the link, it'll take you to a spreadsheet. You'll need your student schedule with you in order to navigate tonight's event. If you have a Parent View account, you can go and see it there. If you don't have a Parent View account, we have people standing by to help you create one. One other option, if your student is nearby, just ask them the order of their classes. If you're trying to get into a meeting but it doesn't seem to load, Keep in mind that the best web browser to enter tonight's meetings is Google Chrome. Other web browsers will work, but sometimes the experience isn't as seamless. If you're having any issues, we have a help page at the bottom here. We'll have a live person help troubleshoot your issue. After the class meeting rotation at 7:50 p.m., we have several breakout sessions taking place. The links are on the second page of the Launchpad. I hope you had productive conversations with your students' teachers. Thank you for coming tonight, and we look forward to working with you in the school year ahead.